This makeover calls for a celebration.
Our remix team's getting inspired to spice up this party room.
This is now no longer a kitchen. This is your wet bar.
Using only what our homeowners already have and a tiny budget.
We have so many options and so many choices here.
We've got clever solutions for any room.
Game on!
How do you make a multi-purpose TV entertaining space in your house? We'll show our homeowners how to do just that using things they already have.
Welcome to our party room.
It's time to get the party started. The house has a lot of rooms in it, and so we already have a grown-up area upstairs. It's a living room, and we've got this big room downstairs.
We moved into the house 9 months ago.
They moved in and took all their furniture and just shoved it in there. And occasionally they'll have a tray full of dip.
As newlyweds, it's been a little bit of a struggle combining our things. Just for the record, this is my TV.
It's our TV now. These cabinets are really dated. They don't match anything in the room.
And there used to be a stove here, but now it's just a big gaping hole. We don't know why the room has a little kitchenette. It could have been an in-law unit.
I want it to be a fun place. I think we're fun people. The party is about to start. It just doesn't say Dan and Cindy yet.
Well, that couch is saying something.
We do like the couch. The couch stays.
Love that color.
As we tour, we define priorities.
Watch much TV?
A little bit.
We like sports, and for sports, it's good to have. For the big game, you need a big TV.
Right on. Okay, so this needs to be front and center position of honor. Our first step is to create through language what hasn't been created in design. This is now no longer a kitchen. This is your wet bar. We need to get rid of the white in the wet bar, and we need to get rid of this peach in here. You say you don't like it. It doesn't really go with the couch that you picked out that's gorgeous, so we need to find a new color. We now need to know where to place this couch to be able to have 40, 50, 100 people in this room, fit the big screen TV, the wet bar, the couch, and have these all become cohesive pieces and yet still allow a lot of people to move through here.
If you can do all that, we'll be really happy.
I can do all that.
We're looking through the garage for things to use in our party room remix.
Some of this came from a leftover from my brother-in-law's project. He didn't have any place to store it, so it's in my garage.
That's a gorgeous piece of wood to work with. The 2x4s and that sheetrock I'm going to use to help really minimize your big screen TV in that room.
In the closet, curtains from Cindy's old apartment.
Lots of curtains.
Lots of curtains. Well, what I'm seeing is in this color scheme, the red goes with your couch. I love the golds in here, the greens. And I'm thinking that maybe we, I don't know, make some kind of very dramatic theater opening and closing over that big screen to maybe hide it a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also looking at that rug back there, which has a lot of the same colors.
It used to be upstairs in the living room.
I'm thinking about pulling that back into the room.
Great.
Though we found a few things, I'm not quite hitting on a style for the room.
I'm going to actually take a couple of days to marinate on what style I want to do in your room. Is that okay with you?
Marinate away. I am all at Twitter.
I can't wait for the surprise of finding out what our style's going to be.
I know I've kept you guys waiting on pins and needles for your design.
You have?
But I marinated and I came up with what I think you're going to love. Even though you're married, you have so many friends over and you do so much entertaining down here that really gave me the vibe of something more that a bachelor would do, even though you're married. I'm going to give you a bachelor-esque, whimsical, fun party room.
We'll still be married, though.
You'll still be married.
When Karen says bachelor pad, the first thing I think is cheesy, neon.
And what's a bachelor pad? I think of black leather couch.
This is going to be a bachelor with good taste. So he has a red sofa. Very elegant, but still whimsical. Kind of a 1940s movie entertaining bachelor room. Something that, you know, Cary Grant or Tyrone Powell would have done.
I'd like to see this.
A bachelor pad means using warm colors with a masculine feel. I'll start by painting their walls and cabinets tan to tie the spaces together. Then I'll paint gold vertical stripes on the walls to make the room feel taller. This is a great trick for any room with low ceilings. To open up floor space, we'll cut a hole in the wall to recess the TV into. This is a neat trick to give a clean look. I'll break up the sectional sofa to create a real seating area. A big change that doesn't cost a thing. Finally, we'll make some artwork and look around the house for decorative pieces to tie the look together.
Karen's ideas for the room, I think they really capture what we were looking for.
Now that I know the concept of the room, I'm really excited.
We are going to actually take over the space in the closet that's behind this wall, cut out a hole, sit the TV back in there. We are standing in the home of your TV.
Welcome to my closet.
Right on the other side of this wall is your party room. So all we got to do is eliminate this part of the wall and boom.
So just cut a big hole and slide the TV in?
Pretty much. A couple more steps in there. We're going to have to put a beam across because this is a load-bearing wall. This guy here that's holding up your floor upstairs.
We got to keep the floor up.
I'm thinking we should. I mean, I don't go up there much, but you probably do. Ha-ha! Let's go in. Yeah. Well, where am I now?
The TV room.
I'm in the TV room.
There were a couple of different color choices I could have gone with. One was yellow, and the other was that.
Oh, that's nice. The tan color I loved right away.
Then in your, not the kitchen, but the
Wet bar.
wet bar is going to be that, which is just 2 shades darker than the wall color to help make the cabinets disappear. Then to add a lot of very spicy interest to your fantastic new walls, we're going to be putting on some gold opalescent stripes.
Whoa.
I'm not so sure about the stripes. I haven't seen stripes in a room, and so I'm a little wary of that.
The vertical stripes will help make it appear that the ceiling is a lot taller than it is. The red is to balance out the room because you have that big red couch.
I have a new power tool, and it is a paint sprayer.
Power painter.
Power painter.
We're going to start by priming the kitchen cabinets.
When we power spray, we want to be about 3 feet apart and have nice, long, even strokes.
This is easy. Paint sprayer is really fun to use. It makes the whole task go so quickly.
You can rent them at the paint store or at a rental store for about $15 a day.
Cool. So when we do our kitchen, we can use this.
It's really well worth the money.
Coming up,
A low-cost way to frame any TV. It's showtime. A $10 facelift for your fridge. Next.
I'm sewing a theater-style curtain out of the red velvet fabric that we found downstairs. This is going to cover the TV. Even though it will be in the alcove, I still want to have a very soft transition line between the wall and the alcove. It's showtime.
We're ready for our color. So
all right.
let's see how it goes on. Here you go, partner. You got your trigger finger ready?
There's only one law in this town, and it's color.
The time has come, since your stove is gone, to take down this hood.
All right.
Now we are going to de-hood your wet bar.
Oh, look at that.
And you know what this is now perfect for once we cover up the hole and paint the wall?
I don't know.
A glass rack for all of your wine
that's
glasses
awesome.
right there.
That's a great idea.
just a little more work to go on our new TV alcove.
There is some drain piping and a clean out that actually stick up a few inches above the slab where we're going to put the TV. So we're going to have to build a little stand, put the TV on, and keep all that pipe accessible.
We're going to be painting this back wall red. The only problem is the white refrigerator would sit right in the middle of it and break up that line. I'm going to pull off the doors and spray paint them red too.
I'm a little wary of spray painting a refrigerator. Seems a little odd.
The best way to spray paint is to do several thin coats rather than one big heavy one. I'm using the metal spray paint. It's going to be really durable, easy to clean, it's not going to get scuffed up, and you can still use your magnets on it.
Have you painted before?
I have a little bit, but I didn't use a roller.
What did you use?
I used brushes
To paint a wall?
to paint our kitchen. I've painted a little bit. Apparently everything I ever did was wrong.
Roller, paint stick.
Karen taught me to go up and down. She taught me to stand back. She taught me to use my leverage.
If you stand here, you're going to do twice as much work up and down. If you stand back with the pole, it's a fulcrum point, essentially.
Now, we come back.
You're letting the pole do all the work.
The walls look terrific. The walls, if we stop right now with a giant hole in the wall, the room would look better because the walls look so much better than they used to.
You can't have a game room without a game table. They have that great round coffee table, which is really too nice to do anything to or cut into.
Right.
But they have this extra wood, and I was thinking that if we could cut a circle to just sit inside of that, then we could stain it in a checkerboard pattern, and that would bring the game table to our game room.
Oh, right on. And when they don't want to play games, they can shoot away.
Take it away and still leave their very, very nice coffee table.
Oh, that sounds perfect. It sounds heartilicious. And there you go, perfect circle.
Are you ready to spice up this wall?
Spice away.
All right.
If you want to make a long room seem larger, you paint the back walls a very deep, saturated, arresting color, and that will immediately draw your eye back to the furthest point. We made some huge changes in this room today.
Yes, we did.
The pink walls are gone, and we're sitting in a large hole in your wall.
I know, I can't
Ian makes
believe
a
it.
big hole.
I have a little bit of extracurricular design work for you tonight. These raw wood edges just need to be hit with a black stain. Very quick and simple.
Easy.
And we will see you first thing in the morning.
Okay.
You guys are perfectionists. You're still not done.
This morning when the light came out, we could see little pockets of orange, and so we ended up rolling over it trying to get rid of them.
Looks like the red wall is pretty much done, and we'll start on the rest of the room.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So right now I'm leveling stripes. These are going to be tone-on-tone stripes. It's an opalescence glaze that has a little bit of gold tint in it. Ian's actually cut me a piece of scrap wood, and so I'm just going to level the wood and take a paint pad and just stripe down the stripes 2 feet and then moving it over again to the next mark. This paint is a very heavy paint. It's glazy and transparent, but I find it a lot easier to work with it when I add a little bit of water. So I probably use about 1/4 water to 3/4 paint.
I was a little skeptical when I heard you were painting stripes on the wall.
Because they're tone on tone, the room won't seem cluttered, but yet it'll really bring the ceiling up higher, making your room seem a lot bigger.
Yeah, it looks really elegant too.
Very bachelorette.
Just ahead, easy to make artwork for any room and a fun idea for your cabinets.
Too cool.
The room comes together next.
Now that we've got the red walls and the wet bar to draw your eye all the way back to the end of the room, we need some red to balance out the other end of the room.
Bring you back.
I was looking at that piece of wood
Right.
and wondering if you can cut me 8 inches long, 2 feet wide. I can paint it red, and we'll have our accent color, because I looked around their house and they don't really have anything else.
Okay, I think we can handle that.
Sound good?
I'll cut it down, sand it, and hand it off.
You cut it, I'll paint it.
Perfect.
This is an art project that anyone can do. I just used very basic geometric shapes and the base color palette from the room.
Game on.
We need to pull some color onto these cupboard doors now that we've gone ahead and sprayed them the tan color. So we're going to match the red to the red wall and then black to the black on the entertainment center. We're going to do it in a very whimsical, fun way with number stencils.
Paint by numbers?
Paint by numbers.
Okay.
Well, this way, when you're asking Cindy where something isn't in that wet bar, she can just yell out a number. Toothpicks are a number 4. These were only $3 for the whole pack. Yeah, this would actually be really good to do in a child's room. You could even do letters, because then you could give...
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. If the kid was going to grow up to be a pilot, for example.
Well, no, but then they could put away their toys.
Oh, I see what you're
and
saying.
And it would be coded by letters, so they could actually put away their toys
well,
in order.
There's a not insignificant chance that Cindy and I will have children at some point, and maybe I'll just make them live in the wet bar. The numbers on the cabinet doors I thought were going to look ridiculous, and I like them a lot. Too cool.
Let's put the room together. Rather than 4 people sitting very closely together on a pulled together sectional, by separating it, you can actually accommodate more people more comfortably.
Curtains they already had go up.
In the garage, I find a great wine glass rack that'll look really nice where the hood used to be.
They found things in our garage. Some of it we didn't even know that we had.
With scrap wood and some old curtains, the stove gap gets a finished look. Part of the wine rack, painted black, now hangs where the stove hood was.
She took the top off, and now we can put glasses there from the wine rack that was from Dan's old bachelor pad that was just rotting in the garage.
I have something for that spot.
Ah, you have a gold record. Where did you get a gold record?
Well, I quit my job and got on my friend's tour bus for a week, ended up staying for a year. I was a tour manager for a band called Chevelle, and their record went gold while I was with them, and they gave me this to thank me.
Well, they must have known that you were going to do your fun room like this.
Yeah, I don't know. It's red and it's gold.
When we come back, see how our party room turned out. The results are stunning. Next.
Newlyweds Cindy and Dan wanted to make their new house feel like a home, and they wanted to start with this room. By marrying what they already had with what they wanted, we gave them a room that perfectly reflects their fun-loving personalities.
When we first started, Dan and Cindy's party room was a design free-for-all, looking for one complete style. We took the room from eclectic to elegant. The tan and red color scheme is a classic combination that gives the room a rich, warm feeling. Repeating the same colors throughout a room makes for a unified design. Before, the kitchenette was outdated and felt totally separate from the rest of the room. We reinvented the space as a wet bar. By coordinating the cabinet and wall color, the two spaces now feel like one. Putting bold color, like this red, at the furthest point in any room draws the eye in and makes it feel larger. A new niche. We cut into the wall, creating an alcove to hide the TV. Getting a TV out of the way like this draws more focus to the room itself. A custom game table, inspired by their round coffee table. We cut a circle out of wood, created a classic game grid. The result? A removable tabletop for checkers or chess. The room that was once a wallflower is now the life of the party and the perfect place for Dan and Cindy to entertain.
I love our party room. It is fun. It looks more like an adult room now.
It looks fantastic. It looks like a showpiece now.
Check out our new party room.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, nice job.
I think the room looks amazing.
I think the room turned out wonderful. The colors are great.
It seems like much more of a cocktail party room instead of a big, raucous frat boy place. Your room is all grown up.
Exactly, isn't it?
Oh, the TV's
man,
beautiful.
it's a fake window.
My favorite thing about the room is the television. I love having it set into the wall.
Our sectionals in sections.
Can you do that with a sectional couch? Is that legal?
I've never seen it in sections before, so that took me by surprise.
And I had no idea you could do that.
I actually liked the way that Karen separated the couch. I would never have thought of doing that.
Like the colors?
They're very soothing, and they flow. It's nice to have this part blend with that part.
The flow of the room is phenomenal. The layout is fantastic.
I love the paint. I love the metallic stripes. I think it really draws your eyes to the walls, and it gives it that nice sparkle in the room.
When's the next party?
Soon. I thought the show was kind of a setup. I figured they'd show up and make a list and then go shopping. But as it turns out, they showed up and Karen dug through the garage with us and we used the things that we really had and that was it.
Working with this team of professionals and learning from them all of the little hints that we picked up, we can take that and use that to do the rest of our house. I'm so grateful to have had this experience. The team was wonderful, the crew to work with, Karen and Ian and Danielle. There's no way we could have thought of any of this or done any of this on our own.
Wow, you guys know how to party.
Well, after we're gone, you can have all of your friends over and have the big, huge blowout party and enjoy your new space.
All right.
All right?
When we're gone.
But for now, it's best 2 out of 3, huh?
Oh,